Okay, Simon, you were pretty confident that Stephen May and Tom McDonald were going to play on the weekend for this weekend. You're confident they'll definitely get up?
Yeah, still really confident with those guys playing. You know, they're both trained fully the other day, and we've got a main training session to get through today. But both, Stephen, Tom and Jack Viney will be available, and they'll all come into the team. So, Tom's probably the one that's got to get through training the most today, but we're really confident with that.
Are you happy that there's a bye, Simon? I mean, finally we've got some clarity from the league.
Yeah, look, it's good. We know what we're doing. So, this week's a really important game for us to continue to build some momentum, and we're obviously playing a quality side in Geelong, who's played some outstanding footy for a number of years. So we get a really good chance to have a look at where we sit, how our game is, and a full audit on how we're playing. And after that, we know that we're going to be stepping straight into finals. So it's a big opportunity this week for us as a footy club to build that momentum and to finish as high on the ladder as we can.
Simon, does winning the minor premiership mean anything to you at all?
I think building a winning culture and a winning mindset means a lot to me. And if that means that we end up winning the minor premiership, then I think it's an outstanding achievement for our footy club. Now, we want to be a club that continues to build that mindset and culture around winning. And ultimately, if we do happen to win the minor premiership, I think it would be a great result and great reward for our footy club. But it's a small thing in the scheme of things. We've got bigger things that we want to achieve, and but it's an important game for us because we know the higher you finish on the ladder, the more opportunity you get come the back end of the season.
Does it maybe carry a bit less importance, given that if you do own the right to host the final, it's not going to be really hosting a final, if that makes sense?
I think it's pretty clear from the AFL's perspective and also in clubland that the higher you finish on the ladder, the more choice you've got of where you play and the opportunities that you get within that final series. So it's important to finish as high as you can, whether it's within the top four, whether it's in the top two, to get those advantages and choices throughout the final series. So that's not lost on us at all. Whether it's at home, whether it's somewhere else in Australia, we're not sure. But we'll be ready, and we'll be ready to go.
If you have that choice and that advantage, do you want to play in front of an empty MCG, Simon?
Oh, look, if we had a choice in terms of that choice has been taken away around playing in front of crowds. So I think we're pretty clear that there's a hunt for crowds around Australia and getting games in front of fans and supporters, and I think that's important for our game. But and I've said this a bit, if at any stage in a final series there comes a chance where the MCG is available and we can play in front of some fans and some Melbourne fans, we'll take that opportunity. But I think that choice in terms of playing it initially is away from us, and we'll come up with what's best for us as a footy club.
How much do you get input into where you actually play if you do host a final, Simon? It's from a coaching point of view. I mean, there's a lot of logistical things that go into that decision, but I mean, how big a say do you have?
I think it's the first thing for us as a footy club is to focus on finishing as high as we can on the ladder, and then we will get the choice on a variety of different things within the system. So that's our first responsibility as a footy club. This is a really important game for us against Geelong, to do that and to finish as high as we can on the ladder and to continue to build momentum. So they're things that we'll discuss post the weekend, with the hierarchy of the footy club and work out what's best for us as a footy club moving forward.
Hey Simon, how do you feel about Port Adelaide and Brisbane potentially getting home finals because they can have crowds and you guys won't?
If they earn the right for a home final, I think they should have that right. That's what the system's set up for, and that doesn't faze me one iota in terms of what they do. If they earn the right, then they get their home games, and it's good for them.
Has a decision been made on that though? Have you been told that as a club that they will get a home ground advantage should they earn it in week one of the finals? Has that been decided?
We haven't been told a lot, to be honest with you, Sam, other than just to plan for anything. But what we have been told is that the higher you finish on the ladder, the more choice you'll have as a home team within those final series. So I think we're all accepting of that.
No worries.
Simon, what about the quirk that you might play the same team 2 weeks in a row? The fact that you might play Geelong next week. I mean, how does that sort of sit in all of this?
Oh, look, I think it's a great opportunity. As I said, it doesn't matter who we play, it's how we play. And we want to continue to build momentum this week. We won't be hiding anything. We won't be resting players unless they're sore. We're going to go out there and try and play our best footy. Whether we play Geelong, next week, the week after, whenever that situation might arise, it doesn't follow us. And no one can give you any guarantee on that. So footy's a funny game and things change, but we just want to go out there and continue to play our best footy.
Do you think you've changed much as a side since beating Geelong back in round 4?
Oh, I think a lot of things have changed. That was a long time ago. Their personnel's changed. I think they were certainly missing a few players at that stage of the season. And I think from memory, Cameron didn't play, Rowan didn't play, Dangerfield didn't play. So there's a few changes to their team from that time. We lost Stephen May very early on in the game. I'm not sure Jack Viney. I know Jack Viney played, but yeah, we lost Stephen May very early in the game. So there's some differences in how we structure up, and there's differences in how they played as well. So we'll look into all those things, and it'll be a different game this week.